Здраво на сите. Јас би сакала да ви кажам најнапред дека ќе причекаме уште неколку минути. Да видиме, нели, петок е денеска, па можеби и порано луѓето се заминати, но еве ќе дадеме шанса, нели, да се приклучат и останатите кои беа пријавени, така што ќе одложиме почеток за уште неколку минути. Ви благодарам. Hello again, and welcome to our AI workshop. Let's supercharge your skills with Copilot. My name is Elena Dimovska. I'm Microsoft certified trainer and data analyst in CMOS education. So I will try to demystify actually the generative artificial intelligence in Microsoft products using Copilot. So today we will find out how you can use Copilot in daily uses with some use cases from different industries for different roles, of course. And we will talk about a little bit about the architecture of Copilot, which is the model that Copilot actually uses. So we're going to try to make one story about how Copilot can help you in your daily tasks. How Copilot can help you to do anything or AI anything, and how you can be incredible in doing your tasks or finishing your tasks. So let's start with our Microsoft Copilot in our Microsoft 365 architecture. Here you can see on this slide how is actually everything done in Microsoft 365, including from the very beginning where the user enters or inputs his prompt into the Copilot user interface. So we are going to begin actually from here with our user interface, where everybody who is using Copilot is entering some prompts. We want to know something and get some answers from Copilot. Till now, before, of course, Copilot is created as a product, of course, we've used Bing, we've used different browsers, how we get some answers on our questions. And now you can get direct answers using Copilot. Also, you will have some references on those answers, or maybe in other words, I can say that you can find the sources where actually Copilot find the answers for you. So the architecture, as I told you, begins here with using Copilot and entering the prompt. The first thing, as you can follow this architecture, is the grounding and taking the prompt into the Microsoft Graph. Microsoft Graph is actually the central hub which connects various data sources like emails, messages, chats, and documents from the Microsoft 365 tenant. That means that we have there one secure network where Copilot is asking for answers, actually. So here we can find everything that is connected to some user, the same user who's using actually the Copilot through his license, of course. So whenever a user signs in into Copilot for different products in Microsoft 365, beginning with, for example, Edge, he can use Microsoft commercial data privacy, which means that all of the data are secured. So don't worry about leaking your information out to public, of course. So the second thing that is going on in this Microsoft 365 architecture actually is the grounding, which is a really nice approach, because behind Copilot, we have one of the GPT models. And we know that all of those GPT models are trained on some data, are trained on different content, and that training is stopped in some point of time. And with the grounding, we can get accurate data from our Microsoft Graph, which is actually our data that is connected to specified user in Microsoft 365 tenant. After connecting with Microsoft Graph is taking the actually the data that Copilot as prompt gave to him, is getting back to where? Well, to the LLM, to our model, which means that after he searches for a data, he is bridging the data to the large language model, and then the magic actually happens. The large language model responses, of course, through Copilot, and Copilot answers the giving the answer to the end user. This architecture actually is very successful because of the flow of the data. As I said, first we enter the prompts and all of the prompts are sent to Copilot. Then Copilot accesses Graph or some optional web, like for example here, some Dataverse, Power Platform services, etc. And after that, Copilot sends modified prompt to the model, to large language model, okay? And from the large language model, then we get the response from Copilot, okay? And also, as I told you, Copilot accesses Graph for compliancy and purview, which means that those data are secured with Copilot and using the licenses for Microsoft Copilot in Microsoft 365 products. What you should know at the moment, Copilot is using actually GPT-4, okay? So he's using at the moment GPT-4 for the license of Copilot, and GPT-4o is using for Copilot in Microsoft 365 licenses. In all of the products, for example, Word, Excel, Outlook, Teams, etc., whenever we use Copilot, which is integrated into our products from Microsoft 365, and we are using official license for Copilot for Microsoft 365, we are using in behind the Copilot 4 and 4o as a model, okay? So if you make some differences between different applications that are offering GPT models, for example, I will suggest that Copilot for you is a nice option because we have GPT-4 as a model behind Copilot, which is a pretty nice version of our GPT model. Okay, so this is the first thing that you should know. How does Copilot works? That's actually an interface which we can connect to from Edge, for example, or maybe we can open in some products of Microsoft 365. I will share with you one demo where we are going to see how Copilot is integrated in Word, for example. How can we use it in Teams? How can we access also Copilot in Edge, etc.? So you have access in your favorite Microsoft 365. You have access to GPT-4 and GPT-4o, which are the latest large language models or GPT models. So that's the first thing that you should know about Copilot. And of course, something that you should know nowadays is how you can create great prompts, how you can configure, create those inputs, those questions that you are going to enter in Copilot, and what is really important when we are creating those prompts. So whenever you want to create a prompt and to be a good prompt engineer, we say, because prompt engineering is actually the art of crafting good prompts. So whenever you want to enter a prompt, what should you do? This is the slide that tells you what are the main rules that you should follow to create any kind of prompt. So the content that you are entering in the prompt as an input doesn't matter. It can be different content according to the industry that you are approaching. For example, I don't know, for marketing, we need some creative content for a campaign that we are starting, or maybe for HR we need to create some job description, or maybe we need for sales to create one good offer for our clients, etc., etc. So it doesn't matter the industry that we are using Copilot for, but it is important to know how can you create a good prompt. So first thing, you should be clear and specific. That means that the topic is important, the purpose, tone, and required length of the answer that Copilot is giving to you, you should specify when you are writing down a prompt. Then you should keep it conversional, the conversion between you and the chatbot. In this case, it is Copilot. It should be on a friendly level, I will say. So you should continue with the conversation till the end, when you will be satisfied with the answer that Copilot will give you. Okay. When you want to, for example, to get some specific answer, you should give examples to Copilot, and you can tell, for example, you can follow this piece of text and give me an answer about some similar industry. So you can give Copilot an example, and Copilot will give you an answer which will follow that example. Of course, ask for feedback. Requesting feedback from Copilot also helps us to understand the needs and preferences, and to provide with more and helpful responses. And we should use correct punctuation, also capitalization, of course, and grammar. And as we know, also we have text completion, and we have suggestion of a grammar inside those models. So don't worry about that. Copilot will help you with all of those mistakes that you are going to create while you are crafting one prompt. Check for accuracy is very important rule or a step in this guide, where you should check the results. As you know, in every machine learning model, deep learning model, it doesn't matter, you should check the accuracy. You should check the results. How you can do that in Copilot is very simple. At the end of every answer, we have references which are leading us, or which are actually pointing us to the source where Copilot find out some of the answers. Then we should provide details. That's very important when we want to have, for example, accurate and consistent responses. So we should provide Copilot with contextual details, and that's how we help him to give us accurate and detailed answers. Then be polite. I had one question once from my participants, and they say, and why, what if I won't be polite? So if we are polite, of course, Copilot will give us, of course, right answers. But if we are not polite, that's not something that is crucial for the answers. But as you know, we are training the model, not in Copilot with licenses. I will tell you that, because when you use Copilot with licenses, you have commercial data privacy under that license, which means that with your prompts, with your conversation, the model behind Copilot is not using your data. Okay, but anyway, we know that where we enter in open source models, free of charge models, our data, we know that all of those models, when of course the data is free and public, they are trained with our data. So it is good for the models to have some nice words there. So that's why we say we should be polite, of course. And we know what we should do, but also important for all of us is that we should know what to avoid when we are creating our prompts. So in this situation, we should be clear as possible to receive better quality responses. We shouldn't confuse Copilot with different questions while we are crafting prompts. So we should follow one theme, and then in a new topic we should answer, and we should ask, for example, something else. We shouldn't request inappropriate and unethical content. That's something that is up to the ethic. But also with Microsoft Graph, we use Microsoft Graph also for limiting all those inappropriate and unethical content. That's how we can secure the model from giving us some inappropriate answers also. So that's how we are following some local local laws, rules, and etc. And the rights of others, of course. So this is something that is called responsible AI, and every vendor, every company that is creating AI solutions, which includes these large language models, should follow some frameworks where they get a point of responsible AI also. Sometimes using slang, jargon, or informal language can give us low quality and inappropriate or unprofessional responses. Whenever we are creating some professional tone in when, for example, we are creating some email draft, or we are responding to some email, or creating some documentation, etc. We should be professional in our tone also when giving or asking questions and creating prompts. As I told you at the beginning, you shouldn't give conflicting instructions. That's something that Copilot confuses. And whenever you want to switch between topics, you can enter a new topic. You have the option for that. So please don't follow one topic and then in the same topic switch between different real topics section. Turn on a new topic and then start all over again. This is actually the last one is something that I already told you. When starting a new task, write a new task in the same topic, or open a new topic. We can do that in our Copilot for Edge. So those are some rules that you should follow when you are creating prompts. What to avoid. And of course, what is important to do when you are creating one prompt for Copilot. And as I told you, this is something that you can follow in whenever you use Copilot. And you can use Copilot in Microsoft Word, in Microsoft Excel, Outlook, Teams. Every Microsoft 365 product has integrated Copilot in itself. Also, I already told you, you have Copilot in Edge. So I can show you how you can work with Copilot. Okay. At first, something that I want to share with you is how does one day starts. So I will share like this. Just a second. I will share with you my Teams, and here you can summarize your emails, meetings, and chats over the past 30 days related to some topic. Also, you have some here you have some of the prompts that you can use as suggestions, and you can view more prompts where you can follow Copilot.cloud.microsoft, which is a platform where you can approach to Copilot Lab. Okay, inside Copilot Lab, you have different types of prompts which are in different categories. If I open app, you can see all of the apps that Copilot is integrated in. Okay, so we have Teams, Outlook, Word, Excel, etc., etc. Then we can use some task, catch up, create, understand, ask, edit, different categories that we can, for example, search for our appropriate for our specific prompt, of course, or by job type. So here we have some categories by department: human resources, marketing, finance, sales, or industry, which is financial services, retail, manufacturing, and energy. I also can tell you that this is something that is updating every day, so you can find more and more prompts, and you can save your all of your prompts here, of course, and you can approach easily to them. Also, as you can see, for example, some of them are already for some specific application. A loop, here is Copilot for Microsoft 365. This is PowerPoint, Note, Excel, what else? Teams, of course, be prepared. And this is, for example, one prompt. If I open it, you can see that we can use in Teams and Stream. So this is a suggested prompt from Microsoft, which we can use in Teams and Stream. That doesn't mean that we cannot use in a different application. But of course, this is one which is suggested, and it is important what kind of instruction we are giving to the particular Copilot, which is integrated in PowerPoint in each application. For example, if we use Copilot in PowerPoint, we want to create a presentation. So we are going to tell Copilot, please create a presentation for me, or create one slide for me. If we use the same prompt in Word, of course, Word doesn't know how to create a presentation. That's why we say that some of these prompts that we have here are for particular applications. Okay? So we can copy this prompt, save for our user profile, or share the prompt with others also. That's how you can, and you can see more, of course, etc., etc. So Copilot.cloud.microsoft or Copilot Lab is one URL where you can approach and find the Copilot Lab platform, and of course find some of the prompts that you can use in your daily tasks. In my case, I have already created one prompt, which is really important. Whenever you created a prompt that is successful for some answer, keep it, save it, okay? Because that's how you will save time the next time when you want to ask Copilot the same question. This is a kind of prompt that I will use, that I need for every day. For example, summarize all my emails, meetings, and chats over the past 30 days related to Copilot. Okay, even I can add people, files, and more for better results. So I can reference to some of my colleagues, to some of my documents, how I can find better results. In this case, I want to see everything that is related with Copilot. So Copilot is working for me at the moment, and he tells me I'll look for emails about this topic. Okay, here are the emails. So from Teams, we can approach to emails also. And here it is. So I have everything in the past 30 days where Copilot as a theme is, as a topic, is mentioned in my emails, in my meetings, in my chats. And what is really, really convenient, I have even I have references, how I can footnotes, how I can approach to the particular segment of one meeting, for example. Let me see. Chats. Okay, here it is. Okay, where am I? I'm right exactly in the meeting where I've some of my colleagues or me entered the specific topic about Copilot. Isn't this great? How you can save time to search for something and you have that here answered in your main window in Teams. Also emails, the same thing. I want to go to the specific email, I can do that. I want to go to the specific meeting, I can also do that. So here are all the references that I have here for this particular answer of Copilot. But as I told you, I have also the references here, so I can approach to the segment where this was mentioned. For example, in the specific chat, in the where is the meeting, I will go to the calendar, or where is the email, I will go in Outlook. Also, what is also very nice and convenient for all of you that you want to save time, you have suggested prompts. Then we can ask Copilot, can you provide more details on Copilot lab chat? Or what were the key points discussed in the AI training chat? Or summarize the presentation from my colleague, Bibi. Thank you, Bibi, for the presentation. So you can make a conversation with Copilot here in chat. That's one of the rules that we already spoke about, that you are going to talk like with your virtual assistant. So keep in mind that until you get your satisfying answer, you will talk with your virtual assistant, and that's Copilot in this case. And you should make those questions to be simple, to be understandable, to be precise, specific for the answer that you want to get. Okay? So this is one application in Microsoft 365 where you can find Copilot. And also I have one other demo where I will use Copilot. I will minimize this one, and I will use Microsoft Word. Okay, here it is. I will open one new Word here. Okay, and I had created previously documents that we are using in our company, how we can describe our courses. So I want my Copilot here in Word to compare all those documents. How can I approach Copilot? So I have in the ribbon, I have a button for Copilot. As you can see here, we already have an information in our Word actual document that we can also use the icon here for drafting with Copilot, or with the shortcut Alt and I can approach to my, let me see what's happening. Okay, I wasn't there in my document. So here it is. I have a pop-up window with Copilot in my Word document. So here I should describe what I'd like my Copilot to write for me, including notes, outline. Copilot can generate a draft and of course can save me time. So I will add in this window, in this Copilot window, I will add one saved prompt where I will say, please create Please create a report that compares the attached documents about the courses and rank them from the most advanced to the basic one. Highlight key differences and unique feature. And you can see I have a suggestion. He says, include a clear evaluation criteria section. Okay, I will use that also. And now, and recommend improvements for each course, maybe that also. Okay, so we will stop here. Include a summary chart for easy comparison. We can use that also, but we are going to stop here. What we can do at the moment, I said to Copilot to create a report with attached documents. So I should reference to some content, and I can do that by entering a slash here in this window. So I will get the most recent used documents here, for example, this one, or I can choose the documents from cloud. So what's really important to understand and remember here, please save your documents that you want to attach and reference in Copilot in Word in cloud. Okay, so it can be, for example, OneDrive. So I will approach to my documents. The first one is AI 900, and I will attach it. Okay, and I will add one other. So I will reference my content here, and let that be AI 102. Okay, so I can add here up to 3 documents. I will add now 2, and I will generate the report. And Copilot is working on it. Isn't this fantastic? We're gonna get a report for comparison of AI 900, which you know it is a fundamental course from Microsoft official course, and AI 102 is an expert level course. So we're not now getting one report, which is wonderful, because we want to tell you, the audience, of course, what are the differences, what is similar in these courses, which is the target audience, etc., etc. So this is how we are going to get that. Okay, and now we have evaluation criteria, as we said. Then we have course content, of course, for AI 900. Okay, then we have course content for AI 102. And here we have even some practical applications, learning outcomes, target audience, course content. Yes, that's great. Unique features even. We are waiting for Copilot to do his thing here. Okay, it's going to be fast, I think, for a couple of seconds. So we will give him time. He needs, he's faster than me to write down all of these and to compare, of course, because those GPT models are very good at summarizing documents, summarizing content, and finding differences between those two contexts. Here it is, the AI 100, and now he's ranking from most advanced to basic. And he says AI 102 is at first place. Then we have AI 900, which is correct, as we know that this is correct. Okay, look at this, look at this. Key differences, unique features, recommendations for improvement even. So Copilot is giving recommendations to Microsoft how they can improve their courses. Great. We can suggest this to Satya Nadella also. So great. Copilot finished, and now I can even regenerate this one. I can modify, okay? I can edit the prompt, as you can see here. I can edit the prompt. I can delete it, or I want to keep this draft comparison report. Great. Okay, so I've created a new report here. What is really convenient, when we want to save this, it is so easy. Even we have some editor suggestion here, which tells us some score of grammar, of readability, etc. So we can increase our score, but in a matter of time, I won't use these editor suggestions, but of course you can use it also. So he finds whenever it needs any improvement in this report. And when I save my document, okay, I will say comparison test, let it be, comparison test, okay, test, new one, okay. So I will save in my folder in OneDrive. Let me save it. Here it is. I want to save, of course, in my folder where I will know how to find it afterwards. Okay. Here it is. Okay. So, and now I want to open, as I told you, you have a limit of 3 documents. So how can you find a workaround to add a new document in the same and to compare a new document in the same Copilot window? So we are going to use our report that we've created here, and then add, for example, in our case will be the 3rd document, but we say we are going to find a workaround for the limit of 3 maximum documents that you can add in Copilot. So I will open a new document. Okay, here it is. And here I will say to Copilot, please create a report that compares the attached course to the prior course comparison attached and rank the courses from most advanced to fundamental. Okay, so I will reference my content. It needs a little time. And in this case, I will have MS 4006 attached, and also the last one, comparison test new one. As you can see, in these 3 files that we see here are most recent used files. So you can find it from that list, or maybe browse files from cloud. Okay, so I will say generate now, and Copilot will give me a report where he will, of course, compare the 2 courses that I had in my comparison report, and then the 3rd one that I've added as a new one here, it is MS 4006. Okay, so what do we have here? It is incredible. Don't you think so? So he's comparing MS 4006, our AI 900 and AI 102 as 3 different courses. Okay, so we can do that with 4, 5, etc. So this is a workaround how you can use Copilot for several, more than 3, I say, of course, documents, and you can get comparison reports. So we are going to wait a little bit just for Copilot to do his thing. And we have the evaluation criteria, we have course comparison, etc., etc. So everything that we should have as a comparison, of course, report. Okay. Afterwards, from this document, we are going to create one PowerPoint presentation. I suppose that everyone uses PowerPoint, or whatever application do you use for creating slides and presentation, how you want to present your work in a few moments. Okay, this can happen also. Sometimes it is up to the connectivity, and you should know that this is a real real life scenario when this happens to Copilot, but we can, for example, let me regenerate. Sometimes happen, maybe as I told you, it is up to the network. Here it is. Here it is. So we're waiting for the report to be created. Okay. Still working on it. So he needs more time, but he will finish our report for a couple of seconds, I will say. And that's true. I will keep this in the matter of time. Okay. So I have a new report where I've compared 3 different documents. So I reference documents to Word, and Copilot do the work for me actually. So I'm saving this here. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I will find it from in my moment. Let me see. The item is already in this. Okay, it is in documents and it is saved. So I won't worry about that because I want right away to create a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, following regarding this comparison report. So I will close this one and I will open PowerPoint here from my Microsoft 365 blank presentation in PowerPoint. I have my Copilot here in the ribbon, okay, and you can see I have also the icon here. I will open this pane just to be more clear for you, and I want to use the suggested prompt in Copilot, and I will say create presentation from file, which is actually, let me see, I think this is the last one. Yes. Okay. Working on a response for you, says Copilot in PowerPoint application. Almost there, he says. Pulling things together. So he's creating one PowerPoint presentation with few slides where he's going to reference the content on. Okay. Let me see why he couldn't make something from my, let me see, I will try in a new blank presentation. I want just to see the file and I want to check on my last file. Okay, it is this one. Create presentation from file, and I want to use this one. I think that he is not seeing my last saved at the moment. He needs time, for example, to approach to OneDrive and see everything that we have in our new created document. So you should wait for a couple of minutes, of course, refresh OneDrive, but we don't have time for that. So we have to show the demo here, and here it is. Now Copilot have drafted slides and made some changes based on your document. So we have 13 slides about Copilot for Microsoft 365, of course. It is an administrator course. And what do we have here? We have actually explained the course. And what do we have? Also, we have You can see this. We have even notes for each and every slide that, of course, the presenter will need when he is going to present the content from these slides. So it is a really nice job that Microsoft did for us, from creating comparison between two documents and then adding the third one, creating a new comparison, and from there we've created a new PowerPoint presentation. I didn't use the latest data as you saw, but you can use it. I told you that it is because of refreshing of the data in OneDrive, so we should wait for a minute and Copilot will approach to our saved documents. Okay, so this is part of the actually courses that we have here in our promo. So if I go back in my presentation, you can see that in MS 4004, you can empower your workforce with Copilots and all those use cases that we have here, and those are use cases which are connected with different roles. For example, we have for executives, sales, IT, marketing, finance, HR, operations, and of course we have one challenge for all of you. That means that we can learn for every and each Microsoft 365 product, how can we use Copilot inside of that product, of course, as our virtual assistant. We have a date for this, of course, course. It is 9th of September. The price with this promo is 200 euros, and we have discount. It was 300, of course. Then we have MS 4006, which is Copilot for Microsoft 365. In this case, for administrators. So this is an IT course for IT administrators target audience. And you can see that here they're gonna learn how they can implement Copilot for Microsoft 365. They will take care of the security and user access in Microsoft 365. Some details about implementing and securing Microsoft 365 Copilot. Sorry if I didn't mention that. Yes, it is all about Copilot and how we can implement Copilot from the perspective of an IT administrator. We have date for that course also, 10th of September, and it is the same price actually. From 300 we have a promotion, and now it is 200 euros. AI 900, as you saw in our comparison report, it is a fundamental, and you can learn there about artificial intelligence overview, and each and every actually discipline that we have in artificial intelligence, computer vision. There we can learn more about natural language processing, document intelligence, and knowledge mining. Of course, about generative AI, we cannot do anything without this revolution which generative AI created with the creation of those GPT models and democratization of artificial intelligence exactly with those applications. So you can learn how you can use Azure services for these disciplines. So how you can integrate all of that, all of those Azure services into your applications. We have date for that course also. So we have AI 900, Microsoft Azure AI Fundamentals in 23rd of September, also in promotion for 200 euros. Then we have AI 050, which is developing generative AI solutions with Azure OpenAI service. And there you are going to learn more how you can build natural language solution with Azure OpenAI services. Of course, you can learn how you should train those your copilots, as I can say, your models. So you should apply prompt engineering also with the same service. Then you are going to generate code using OpenAI services, images, and even the most popular nowadays, implementing retrieval augmented generation with Azure OpenAI services. 13th of September is the date where you can learn more about developing generative AI solutions. Also, for 200 euros, and this is an intermediate level of course. And last but not least, AI 102, which is actually advanced type of course. So here you are going to learn for an engineer perspective, and you are going to learn how you can develop decision support solutions with Azure AI services, create computer vision solutions, develop some natural language processing. Also here, generative AI is not excluded, so you are going to learn about generative AI solutions also, and you can do that on 30th of September, and the price is 544 euros. As I said, this is advanced level of course, so you should get prepared for these courses. If you don't have any previous knowledge, so you should first visit some of the basic and fundamentals courses and then come to this one. Okay, I can now ask you whether you have any questions. You can, of course, use the chat that you have in this meeting for asking questions. You can apply for discount scanning this QR code, of course. I will wait a bit if you have any questions, and of course to scan the QR code that you are seeing at the moment on this slide. Except the QR code for the discount, you can request a callback. If you have any questions regarding those courses or anything else, you can call. Our salespeople are here to answer at your questions, and please feel free to call and ask. I will check whether you have any question. Yes, Dimitar is asking data model and pivot table using in Excel. Pivot table using Copilot, yes, pivot table you can create, but data model, you cannot create a data model, but you can have some suggestions maybe using Copilot in Edge, how you can create a data model. You have integrated Copilot into Excel, but I didn't try to create any suggestion about data models still, Dimitar, but this is a really interesting question. What kind of suggestion will Excel gives us, and Copilot, of course, but pivot table, yes, of course. You can create a pivot table, you can create a chart. Of course, you can create even a calculated column inside Excel using Copilot. He can give you some insights. So he's creating some virtual, I will say, data model behind. But he must refer to some table. That's very important to know. Whenever you're using Copilot in Excel, you should have a table inside Excel. I can see that someone else is typing down. Yes, Anela, I'm waiting for your question. Compare and extract data from different sheets from Excel using Copilot. Compare and extract. This is, maybe I didn't understand it very well, but you can compare, for example, when you will reference the data in the sheets, and those are in different tables, something like lookup, maybe you think maybe. So you can reference on different tables in different sheets. But anyway, whenever you are creating a new object, Copilot is creating for you a new sheet. So that's something that maybe will be difficult for you when you will create, for example, a presentation. You should copy, paste, have some workarounds here and extract. Maybe I didn't understand it very well, but the Copilot doesn't have any opportunities, any features for extracting data from Excel. Thank you for your questions. Okay, Sanela, yes, that's great. Play a little bit with Copilot. Sometimes you should be aware, whenever you're working with Copilot, you should be aware for this situation that I've got here now at the demo. We are working live, we are working here at the moment. So sometimes Copilot and actually the model is confused. So not every time you will get the right answer. So you should check out whenever you use generative AI, any model, any application that is using generative AI, you should be aware of that you must check the results. For example, whenever we use, you were asking about data models, Dimitar. Also, Sanela was asking about data. I will tell you from my experience using Copilot in Power BI. Yes, Copilot is giving us suggestion, and that's a correct answer. He creates for us, for example, a correct measure. But is that measure appropriate for my needs? We should know that, okay? So sometimes it helps us to create, because they're so good, all these GPTs are so good at syntax, at programming languages. They have rules and they follow the rule. And that's very fine, and they can create you a suggestion. But your knowledge is very important from your domain expertise, and you should know whether that suggestion is the right one for you. Thank you very much. If you don't have any questions, we can end this workshop. I already told you, you can request a callback and whenever and whatever you want as additional information, feel free to ask. Thank you very much and have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.